Dumelang Apsheni Ralocha Sanwanani Mulweni. My name is Naledi Mfoloe, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to the latest edition of the African Diaspora News channel, where we unravel the stories that shape our world and our communities. Now, Lesotho is making some bold claims demanding parts of South Africa back. Yes, you heard that right, back. Now, the regions in questions is KwaZulu-Natal, the Free State, and the Eastern Cape. And here's the kicker, right? Lesotho's campaign is reportedly being funded by none other than Israel. Now, according to reports from Lesotho's MP Tshepo Lupoho, he is the leader of the Basotho Congress Party. He has written formally to the United Nations asking them to intervene and help Lesotho reclaim these lands, citing historical grievances dating back to the colonial era. Now, let's take a moment and unpack this, right? On the surface, this might sound like a joke, but there's a lot more to the story. And if you ask me, this is not just about Lesotho or South Africa anymore. I believe that it's about a grand game being played on the African continent. Now, let's dive in. Lesotho, right, a landlocked country that's completely surrounded by South Africa, has been embroiled in disputes over territory for years now. But now here's the thing that has my eyebrow raised, which is, according to the reports, this campaign is allegedly being backed by Israel, which is an international player with its own geopolitical interest. And let's be real, right? Israel's involvement in Africa isn't new, and the motives are often tied to resources and strategic alliances. So, what's the angle here? Now, some of you might be wondering, why should we care about this, right? Lesotho's issues aren't our issues, but that's the thing. This isn't just about Lesotho anymore. This is a pattern we've seen play out across the continent. The West, along with other foreign powers, pulling strings from behind the curtain, while we, as Africans, are distracted by our own infighting. And this is bigger than just territorial disputes, if you ask me. I believe this is about resources. And let's be honest, Africa is rich. We've got everything from gold, diamonds, to oil, rare minerals. Every day, foreign powers are scrambling to take control of what's ours. So while we squabble over borders, they're quietly moving in and taking our wealth to build their own economies, while we are left fighting over scraps. And this isn't just a South African problem, it's a continental problem. And honestly, isn't it time we wake up? I mean, isn't it time that we stop fighting each other over land and start focusing on the bigger picture? I mean, the West has been playing us for fools for centuries. First through colonization, then through wars, now by funding factions and political campaigns to further divide us. And the sad part is too many of us are still caught into that trap and not seeing the game for what it really is. Let's have a look at this video.
A non-issue that doesn't deserve any attention from anyone. This is a motion proposed by some opposition MP, a lone ranger, doesn't even enjoy the support of the majority party in Lesotho. So the debate is a non-debate. That's the first thing. Secondly, the 1964 declaration of the OAU in Cairo resolved on the issue of colonial borders, that those are the borders that are recognized in international law by the continent, including the United Nations. So there's no single country that can wake up and seek to adjust its borders with its neighbors. It's a futile exercise that does not deserve nor warrant a response by South Africa in the context of this thing.
Tshepo Lupoho, member of Lesotho Parliament. He has traveled to United Nations to hand over a petition for taking entire Free State of South Africa, entire Eastern Cape, entire KwaZulu-Natal to return to Lesotho. Look at who is sponsored Tshepo's travels. Mossad, Israeli Mossad, the same Mossad backing up Rwanda against us in Congo, the same Mossad killing our soldiers with Rwandan in Congo. And the same Mossad want to destabilize our South Africa. We are warning Israeli Mossad, hands off from our South Africa. We want South African government remove every Israeli agent in our country. And we are calling people of Lesotho, take your shoes back. That shoes are too big for you. We will come and we will cut your legs.
And here's what I find even more troubling is that the move to take land is being made on the back of colonial era grievances. But let's talk about it now, right? In 2025, do we really want to go back to carving up Africa based on colonial borders and creating new conflicts over Asian issues? Aren't we supposed to be building a united pan-African front to defend our sovereignty, our land, and our resources? And now some might say that Lesotho has a legitimate claim. And historically, I agree they were pushed and moved and had their land stripped during the colonial and apartheid eras. And I'm not denying that history is complex. And yes, there are wrongs to be righted. But here's the thing. We need to focus on unity. And that's my cry, is that we can't keep fighting each other while the rest of the world takes advantage of our divisions. And what's worse, Israel's involvement. Israel's connection to Africa is complex. It's not out of the goodness of their hearts. They've been eyeing Africa's resources and buying political ties for years. And why now, right? Why are they choosing to fund a land reclamation campaign in South Africa? Could it be that there's something bigger at play here? And maybe they're trying to destabilize the region for their own benefit using Lesotho as a pawn? I mean, I don't have all the answers, but I think one thing is clear. This is a warning sign. If we don't wake up, Africa will continue to be manipulated, divided, and weakened. I believe that it's time for us to come together, and not just as South Africans or the Basotho, but as Africans. Let's stop letting foreign powers push us around. Let's start putting our collective energy into protecting our land, our people, and our resources. We can't keep fighting amongst ourselves. If Lesotho wants to make a claim, fine, let them make their case. But we need to address this together, and not through divisions, but through dialogue, understanding, and cooperation. What do you think, though? Is Lesotho justified in making this land claim, or is this part of a larger plan to divide and conquer? And what role do foreign powers like Israel play in this? We really want to hear your thoughts. Please, let's continue the conversation in the comment section. And while you at it, don't forget to give this video